I Love You Phillip Morris is directed by, what's his name? Glenn Ficarra and John Regara. I hope I'm saying that right.
I think it's Requa.
Requa. If you guys are watching, send me an email. Let me know how to correct it. Be right there with you guys. What this story is about, it's got Jim Carrey, and it's also got Ian McGregor. It's a story about a man who becomes a con artist. He goes to jail and finds love in jail. That's the best way to kind of describe that. I thought that it was really interesting that it was told as retrospective for a little bit, and some parts of it kind of reminded me a little bit of American Psycho when he'd commentate on what he was doing there. Nowhere near as good, mind you, but had that feeling to it. There were some moments of genuine humor where I got that was interesting to see Jim Carrey play a role that isn't the jump around, scream, look at me character that he did in like Liar Liar and pretty much The Cable Guy. Not to say those aren't great films, but he doesn't do enough serious stuff. But this isn't serious either, I guess. But Ian McGregor did really well. It was quite an interesting film. There was a lot of I can't even think of how to phrase this right. There's a lot of interesting moments in it that aren't for the homophobic, if you couldn't tell that already by the trailer. And so it does come with that little bit of warning, is I can see that for those people that are homophobic, that there are people that are going to hate this film. They're going to want it to have destroyed and like thrown out of rental stores and everything like that. But it was still really interesting to see this. And it's even really cool because it's based on a true story, and it tells you at the end of it everything that actually happened after the movie ended. I did enjoy it. It was quite funny. So,
what do you give it?
I gave it a B.
Give it a B.
Yeah.
I was with you on that a little bit. Give it a B minus. I did think it showed a lot of great Jim Carrey. I mean, because it really starlights Jim Carrey. I mean, it starts out with him and his big monologue at the beginning and his surprise of gayness. That was
that was quite a surprise.
Probably one of the best moments to ever use a man with a mustache. But definitely brings out a new side of Jim Carrey. But it combines, because at the beginning when he's getting into his con, there's a lot of his physical comedy where he throws himself down elevators and stuff. So there's a lot of old Jim Carrey kind of right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then it tries to bounce between his really eccentric showcase kind of stuff and his Truman Majestic. So he's trying to be serious, he's trying to be funny, and there's a good dynamic in both of them. It's still Jim Carrey, so you still can never take his serious parts serious.
That's true.
But there aren't very many of them. I mean, it's he realizes mistakes or something, and you see lovelorn in his eyes for Ewan McGregor, and that's about the extent of the acting. The acting actually it's kind of dismal in it. Ewan McGregor was very second-hand in this. Even to be the main love interest and to be Phillip Morris, nonetheless, he's really just hardly in it. I mean, he's technically eye candy.
Which I think that might have been why they hired him, was that they wanted someone for people to go, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
But but they had a good dynamic. I mean, I honestly felt that they could hook up in jail. They were, it was really disappointed at how Ewan McGregor's character really just kind of got pushed aside. I mean, he was an interesting part of the movie, and the title still there. But overall, the plot also kind of bugged me. I mean, I liked the con artists going to jail, trying to escape thing. A lot of that was really interesting, but I think like the whole overall plot, because Jim Carrey's supposed to, I don't know, he's a bad guy, but he's not a villain. It's one of those
misunderstood individuals.
You're just, I don't know, for a love story, I was expecting, you expect a lot more. Very good guy, very bad guy kind of moments. And this was kind of one of those kind of, I guess.
In this situation, the good guy, which would be the cop, cops are the bad guys because they're going to catch him with,
So you're rooting for the bad guy in this, which is always a fun thing, but I don't know. I went into this, expecting some kind of Moulin Rouge-ish, ultra fantastic, over-the-top love story. And it has moments of that, but it's a really grounded movie. The prison is a really happy prison, and nobody gets raped or shanked in it, and everyone's really funny. Everyone jokes about blowjobs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that part was kind of funny when they're discussing, it costs money, or you can do this.
Yeah, it just kind of it comes off as like a phase in a bad guy's that life. He finds love and he tries to redeem himself, and I don't know, for some reason, for the plot that this is, or the type of movie this is, I expected a little bit, I don't know, not groundbreaking, but some more
provocative.
Maybe. Not provocative. Expected a lot more to the plot, I think. And I think that for some reason was just disappointing, which is why I gave it the B- instead of the B. Slightly disappointed in the end. But still a pretty decent movie. This was also their Glenn Ficarra's and John Requa's directorial debut. So, seeing as how their other writings were Bad Santa and Cats and Dogs 1 and 2.
Well,
this is a very different type of movie for them.
I think considering that, they did rather well.
Exactly. After seeing Cats and Dogs 2, I'm like, great movie.
Yeah.
I think there was something else I wanted to say about this movie, but I can't remember.
Jim Carrey started to show his age because he looked old in that.
He did look a bit old.
I was just like, oh. Well, the cable guy again, where you seemed youthful.